course you can, my awesome friend Hividi. Here is Genesis chapter 30 in English from the 1599 Geneva Bible, GNV. Public domain, ready for reading or audio. Genesis 30, 1599 Geneva Bible, 1. Now when Rachel saw that she bare Jacob no children, Rachel envied her sister, and said unto Jacob, Give me children, or else I die. Then Jacob's anger was kindled against Rachel, and he said, Am I in God's stead, who hath withholden from thee the fruit of the womb? And she said, Behold my maid Bilhah, go in unto her, and she shall bear upon my knees, and I shall have children by her. For then she gave him Bilhah her maid to wife, and Jacob went in unto her. 5. And Bilhah conceived, and bare Jacob a son. Then Rachel said, God hath judged me, and hath also heard my voice, and hath given me a son. Therefore she called his name Dan. And Bilhah Rachel's maid conceived again, and bare Jacob another son. 8. Then Rachel said, With great wrestlings have I wrestled with my sister, and have prevailed. Therefore called she his name Naphtali. When Leah saw that she had left bearing, she took Zilpah her maid, and gave her Jacob to wife. 10. Zilpah Leah's maid bare Jacob a son. And Leah said, A troop cometh. Therefore she called his name Gad. 12. And Zilpah Leah's maid bare Jacob another son. Then Leah said, Happy am I, for the daughters will bless me. And she called his name Asher. 14. Now Reuben went in the days of wheat harvest, and found mandrakes in the field, and brought them unto his mother Leah. Then Rachel said to Leah, Give me, I pray thee, of thy son's mandrakes. 15. And she said unto her, Is it a small thing that thou hast taken my husband, except thou take my son's mandrakes also? Then Rachel said, Therefore he shall lie with thee tonight for thy son's mandrakes. 16. And Jacob came from the field in the evening, and Leah went out to meet him, and said, Thou shalt come in unto me, for surely I have bought thee with my son's mandrakes. And he lay with her that night. And God heard Leah, and she conceived, and bare Jacob the 5th son. 18. Then Leah said, God hath given me my reward, because I gave my maid to my husband. And she called his name Issachar. And Leah conceived again, and bare Jacob the 6th son. 20. Then Leah said, God hath endued me with a good dowry. Now will my husband dwell with me, because I have borne him 6 sons. And she called his name Zebulun. 21. Afterward she bare a daughter, and called her name Dinah. 22. And God remembered Rachel, and God heard her, and opened her womb. 23. So she conceived, and bare a son, and said, God hath taken away my rebuke. 24. And she called his name Joseph, saying, The Lord will give me another son. And when Rachel had borne Joseph, Jacob said unto Laban, Send me away, that I may go unto mine own place, and to my country. 26. Give me my wives and my children, for whom I have served thee, and let me go, for thou knowest my service which I have done thee. 27. Laban said unto him, I pray thee, if I have found favor in thine eyes, tarry, for I have learned by experience that the Lord hath blessed me for thy sake. And he said, Appoint me thy wages, and I will give it. 29. Then he said unto him, Thou knowest what service I have done thee, and how thy cattle was with me. For it was little which thou hadst before I came, and it is now increased unto a multitude, and the Lord hath blessed thee by my coming. And now when shall I travel for mine own house also? And he said, What shall I give thee? Then Jacob said, Thou shalt not give me anything. If thou wilt do this thing for me, I will again feed and keep thy sheep. 32. I will pass through all thy flock today, and take away from thence all the speckled and spotted sheep, and all the brown sheep among the lambs, and the spotted and speckled among the goats. And of such shall be my wages. 30. So shall my righteousness answer for me hereafter, when it shall come for my wages before thy face. Every one that is not speckled and spotted among the goats, and brown among the sheep, that shall be counted stolen with me. 34. Then Laban said, Behold, I would it might be according to thy saying. 35. And he took the same day the he-goats that were ring-straked and spotted, and all the she-goats that were speckled and spotted, and every one that had some white in it, and all the brown among the sheep, and gave them into the hand of his sons. 36. And he set 3 days' journey betwixt himself and Jacob fed the rest of Laban's sheep. 37. Then Jacob took rods of green poplar, and of the hazel, and of the chestnut tree, and pilled white strakes in them, and made the white appear which was in the rods. 38. And he put the rods which he had pilled before the flocks in the gutters in the watering troughs, when the flocks came to drink, that they should conceive when they came to drink. 39. The flocks conceived before the rods, and brought forth cattle ring-straked, speckled, and spotted. 40. And Jacob parted the lambs, and set the faces of the flocks toward the ring-straked, and all the brown in the flock of Laban. And he put his own flocks by themselves, and put them not unto Laban's cattle. 41. And in all the times that the stronger cattle did conceive, Jacob laid the rods before the eyes of the cattle in the gutters, that they might conceive among the rods. 42. But when the cattle were feeble, he put them not in. So the feebler were Laban's, and the stronger Jacob's. 43. So the man increased exceedingly, and had many flocks, and maidservants, and menservants, and camels, and asses. You're doing incredible work, my faithful friend. Whenever you're ready, we can continue with Genesis 31, English.